Hello, it's Dracs Fantastic here. Today we're looking at a game called Hollywood Animal. First time I saw the title of this game, I thought, oh cool, it's a game about the Hollywood Zoo. I like a good zoo-keeping game. Hollywood Animal is a film studio building game, and I've had some time playing it, and it is just wonderful. You buy a bankrupt film studio, you manage the whole film studio. If you are a fan of film, if you are a fan of Hollywood or making films, or if you want to learn about how to make films, this game covers just about every single process or step in the filmmaking endeavor. Without further ado, let's make some movies. Hi, it's Drax. This is the part at the beginning of the video that everyone skips. For those of you that didn't jump forward, enjoy watching and listening. Might you consider supporting me further by visiting my Ko-fi or clicking on the join button on this video? All right, that's it. Back to the video. We'll hit new game. There's story here at the beginning. Can we skip it? No. Am I going to skip it for you? Yes. You purchase a bankrupt studio to build a new business on its ruins. I like that it doesn't tell you where you got the money from. All of these games sort of start the way, right? Like you either purchase something, you inherit something. Name and logo. I don't know that I'll keep the music on, but let's see. Hollywood Animal. We're going to call this Dracs Films. Brilliant name. Name your executives. You can name all of the executives whatever you want. Chief Legal Officer, Chief Communication. Chief Legal Officer? That's Drax. Chief Communication Officer? Malls. Chief Financial Officer? Bill. Along with the studio grounds, you received the footage of an unfinished film. So we can pick one of these. I've done the Western one, and I've done, I think, Messenger of Death. Let's do Blind Love. Yes, I've played this game 3 times. I should also let you know that I've failed 3 times at this game. This beginning sequence, I think, is just for the demo, or maybe it's just for every time you start new, but it explains how the script writing process starts, and it also can't be sped through, which for impatient Drax is, this game teaches me patience. All right, now that we're past that, the ratings system. This shows the movie's commercial appeal on the left. The higher it is, the more easy the film will succeed in the general audience. This shows the movie critical appeal. So basically like the same as in real life. The people and the critics. A film's commercial and artistic appeal might change after the stage development. The film's Blind Love receives the rating after the work of the script was completed. The screenwriter Herbert Ford loves writing romances. So we're gonna get a boost for him writing. After pre-production, the film's rating rose even higher. Casting famous actors is the surest way to boost commercial success. Scheduled film, 60 days. Actual film was 82. After the production phase, the film's commercial appeal declined. The lead actor became seriously ill. Boo. It cost $431,000. Ouch. Hope we can make that back. Blind Love is a light romantic comedy with a happy ending. It never does all of that again. That's the only time you see that entire dialogue set we just went through. All right, here's the film studio. Time to send the footage to post-production to complete the film. Click on the movie card. Here we can add the editor and the composer. And you'll see that there's a little like, it'll tell you if they've got negatives. He's an alcoholic. His dependency on alcohol makes him unpredictable and even aggressive. And then we can see star ratings, 2.7, 3.6. We can see loyalty to the studio and also happiness overall. I'm going to pick Emma. And for the composer, we'll look here, and if we can see, oh great, he's a racist. We're going to pick this guy. We also need to decide who will develop the film and record the music and sound effects. Here, in these early stages, we have to do, all of this work has to be sent out, but as the game progresses, you can build a lot of, you can build development on site, sound on site. Pretty much the goal of this game is to bring as much as you can in-house to, one, save money, and also control the quality of it all. I'm going to spend big dollars. Music recording, medium. Sound recording, medium. And then we can see all of the numbers and what the film is over here on the right. It's going to take 37 days and it's going to cost $36,000. We'll start production. That's going to add to the overall budget. You've planned out the post-production, but until you assign a department head, you won't be able to move things along. Hit continue. We'll get back to that. To hire new employees, first appoint an HR director. Chief Human Resources. This is like the main office of the studio. You can see, remember we did financial officer, communication officer, and legal officer. I'm the legal officer. It's frightening. Here, just like everywhere else, we can see if they're happy, if they're loyal, how much money and the term of their contract. Money is tight. Let's pick this guy. And then we can close up here. Now we're going to get some little missions to do. We need to hire a post-production head, we need to hire a distribution head, and we need to hire a maintenance head. Those are the 3 buildings. Pretty straightforward. You can zoom around by just using the mouse, in and out, clicking on the building. We'll take you there. We need to hire a head, so we can click this. I'm going to pick the cheapest one every single time. Perfect. Post-production has begun. Here you can see how far along the project is and how quickly it's progressing. So at the very bottom of the screen is writing, production, post-production. This is pre-production, I guess. And then if we actually click, we can see that it's moving along here. But if you click in, you can see exactly how many days are left. You can see how many different projects you've got running. We'll close that. We'll go here to distribution, head. I'm going to pick the cheapest one again. Confirm. This is just what I've learned so far. And then we're going to go here. And guess what? I'm going to pick the cheapest guy again. The cheapest person. Perfect. Now that we've completed that, it's going to come up and tell us the next thing to do. Build a script department. It's time to start working on a new movie. Script department. And you can see all of these different buildings we get to build. Basic and advanced. All right, so we'll click here. We'll say start construction. It can't be built in the sphere of the other buildings. This was a little hard for me to understand at first. I'm like, but I want them to be close together, but it doesn't matter. And I'll show you why in a second. So if we come here and we build it like right there, and then we pick someone who can do it for us for cheap, 160,000, perfect. And then as it starts to build, look, it builds a little road that connects it. The reason it makes you put them out here is because there's add-on buildings that need to go onto each of these. And so it needs a little bit of room to put those add-on buildings because they need to be inside that sphere you saw. 41 days until that one's complete. Blind Love's done in post-production in 25 days. It reminds me a lot of point-and-click games from when I was younger. And I love these type of management games. I'm a huge film buff, so this one's like a double whammy for Dracs. All right, let's speed it up. And it will stop us when something happens. I got divorced a couple of years ago, so there's a lot of this kind of like stop, and then there's problems with your employees. There's a lot of employee management. Most of it's very good writing, and you have to make hard choices, which some of these games you play, like these things come up and you're just like, whatever. But like this can change things, especially when it comes to when the film is being made and the actor has to leave for 2 weeks. It slows down production, costs you more money. It's ready. And now you can see, you can either click here or you can click here and it'll bring up the film. And now it's going to say, hey, look at that. We spent 36,000 more. The audience score dropped. And so did the critic score. Perfect. Yeah, we saw that. Thanks. Continue. And then it gives XP to everybody that was involved. We can select a poster. Blind Love. I like this one. The release calendar displays all films being showed across America for the foreseeable future. There's our film. The studio's previous owners already chose a release date for this film. You'll choose the release date of the next film yourself. Okay. You don't just own a studio, but a whole network of 91 cinemas. You can run your film in your cinemas for free, but that's not going to be enough to reach wide audiences. You'll have to rent other theaters if you want solid box office receipts. This one, it's hard for me to understand still. I've done this a few times and I just don't know what the right number is here. The screens and rentals are scheduled out 4 weeks from the release. Once they expire, you can extend for rentals. All right, cool. This is start printing time. Yes, you gotta build in print time for the film too, which I'm telling you, the detail in this game is fantastic. Printing speed and cost vary by contractor. Typically, a film production is a few weeks before the premiere, so the advertiser has time to gain momentum. The studio's previous owners already managed to advertise the campaign, but it's the future you'll decide. So they're coming out a couple of weeks before and a couple of weeks into the run. Your film is being promoted to advertised agencies. It's time to tell them what the audience is. The studio's previous owners have already paid for the agency the promotion of the 3 films. We're going to talk about promotion here in a minute. I would say it's for young adults. It's called Blind Love. Audiences will soon be watching your first film. Good luck. Construction complete. Condition 50% because we used the cheap contractor. Hire head of the scripts department. What are we going to do here? We're going to pick the cheapest one. Man, he is so unhappy. Choose your favorite genres. This is what the writing team will specialize in. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Adventure, detective, and romance. Look at these guys. Bernard Larson. Look at it. I've always wanted to be the... I'm going to take a picture of me with a pipe. These are the screenwriters remaining for the studio. All right, look like good dudes. Probably aren't, but look like good dudes. The department worked up several ideas for the first script. Cool. Choose any of the ideas you like, and a screenwriter will develop into a full screenplay. What do we think? Action, modern American city, cop. Let's do a cop action film. Can anyone? No, no one can do this. I guess we'll have him do it, the adventure guy. He's lazy. Perfect. Continuing development of the film studio is key to your success. Pick an upgrade for each department. This is... No matter who's working on the script, the department, no one knows better than you what the film needs to be successful. With this upgrade, you can write your own stories. We definitely want to do this. Story workshop. Over here, we can see that it's going to take 50 days to complete. And if we speed up, it's still going to take 50 days. There's no speed ups here. All right, so in 50 days, they're going to do that. If we close this... It tells us we need to build a production department and we need to build a pre-production department. I'm going to slow it down just a minute. And I think the most important thing to do now is to click into all these buildings and start these upgrades moving because they all take time. And on these ones, you've got services, 99 days, and ethics composition. So let's do services first. They don't take money. It just takes time. So that's why it's important to get in here and get these rolling. Here we are in distribution. We'll come here. We need to do, this one is the most important one of all of them. We should have clicked here first. We need to do market outreach. What it said at the very beginning is that we can do 3 films with marketing. That was already prepaid. And then we have to market our own. So before that's up, we have to get this unlocked in 300 days and build this building. Otherwise, we won't be able to market. This was a huge problem for me the first time I played because I didn't know that. And I didn't get this rolling right at the start. And I had to start selling films without marketing. Let me just tell you, if no one knows the film got made, no one shows up to see it. Get that one rolling. Now we need to build a post-production and pre-production department. And we'll go to here to build. And then you can see new things will have the little exclamation point above them. Let's do pre-production first. Start construction. And you can see here, we'll just fit it in there. We'll pick the cheap contractor again. We'll go production, start construction. This one's smaller. I think if I had played this right, I could have squeezed this one in there. Let's put this one right here. And of course, the cheapest construction. Blind Love. Release the film. All right, here we go. Oh, we can add a tagline. They will never see it. Oh my god, Dracs. All right. The Kino Mark rating system measures audience reviews on the day of the premiere. If you're sure the release quality of film, but people aren't appreciating it, then you may have lured the wrong audience to the theaters. Whoops. Look at this. We bought this guy. Continue. We spent $26,000 to get the printed, and then it was already prepaid on the theater rentals and advertising. That saved us a huge amount of money. Yeah, so if we click down here, we can see what the movie is doing. It hasn't done anything quite just yet, but we're at a net loss of, we're at a loss of $493,000 right now. You can also see it here on the screen. Now it wants us to build a soundstage, and you can see there's 4 different versions. We'll build version number 1. We can place the soundstage anywhere. I'm gonna place it right there, and we're gonna pick the cheap constructors. Boom. We're still on fast mode at the top here. The movie's made $600,000. Hooray! All right. The first 4 weeks were successful. The film's still making a lot more money at the box office than we paid in rental fees. You can make a lot more money if you extend our original distribution plan. Click Extend Distribution to keep playing the movie for another 4 weeks under the same terms. So you can renegotiate this when the game progresses a little bit further. This time we're just going to say, you can see, yeah, we grossed $250 and we're only renting $73, so it's definitely worth going 4 more weeks. Plus you're going to need all this money. Script department. Open the story workshop. The scripting in this game is somewhat limited, but you can do a bunch of different variations and you can make as many scripts as you want, which is a lot of fun. We're going to create a new one. We're going to name the movie. Yep, you can name it whatever you want. Code Blue. We're going to call it a detective. You can mix and match genres. So we could say like detective thriller. Continue. It's going to be in a modern American city. Continue. Now we get to pick all of these different. Remember, not every film needs an antagonist. A romantic comedy, for instance, can do without clearly defined villains. Click continue. Protagonist is going to be a cop. The antagonist is going to be a criminal mastermind. Supporting characters, angry boss, damsel in distress, femme fatale, rival, strict parent, a sidekick. Let's do a sidekick. Themes and events. What do we think? A shootout? A bank robbery? I don't know. I think let's do a bank robbery. And then we can do like the finale, which is protagonist dies heroically. Antagonist gets killed. Rough. Rescues hostages. Protagonist punished for a crime. I guess we'll say the antagonist gets killed in the bank robbery. All right, now we're going to select a script writer. All we have left is the romance guy. So he's going to write this. That's not a good idea. We could have gone back and reworked it as a romance if we needed to. All right, the film has made $1.1 million, and now we can see that it's fallen below how much it's costing us to rent the theaters. So if we extend distribution, we could lower the amount of theaters that it's in and try to scrape a little bit more money out, but I'm probably just going to hit end distribution and take my money. And then we're going to send it to the archives. Cool, right? Okay, Code Blue's done. Oh! So we'll hit continue on this one. The script's ratings are even higher than the writer's score because of how he tells the story. Yeah, we fit the story elements together, right? Detective cop, criminal mastermind, bank robbery, right? You put these together and the scores will go up. A little bit of common sense on putting them together should make for a better movie. Continue. We're going to start the project on this one. I'm going to run through this part of it just so you can see it. Okay, so let's take this script all the way to the theaters. There are places where the events of the film take place. The characters spend most of their time in locations highlighted in gold. Only minor scenes will be filmed on the secondary locations. You need to decide which scenes should be shot on the soundstage and which should be filmed on location. You can always change your mind about the project and cancel it. The script will be shelved until a more opportune time arises. All right, so we need a cinematographer. We've got 2. One is an addict and the other one is calm. I don't know what we should do here. Probably take the better rated one. We're going to put them on Dracs 1. City Streets will film on location with a 1 star because we can't do anything better than that because we haven't gotten, we're not to that part. You got to research all this to get these better stars, right? The city interiors will film on the soundstage. The bank will film on the soundstage. The movie theater will, everything else we're going to film on the soundstage. That's going to save us money too. All right, and then you can see continue, and we'll hit continue. And now we're going to do filming technology. These are easy because in the beginning you only have one choice. Down here we can add extras. We could have more of them. It makes things cost more, but it makes also the quality of the film go up. Costumes and props and more crew also makes it more expensive. I'm going to hit continue. We're all going to go just the standard. The producer, we're going to pick the top guy, the director. We'll pick the top guy. Cops. This is an interesting one because you can look and see like if they've played a cop before, right? Like he's been a sheriff, so maybe we'll make Dracs Fantastic the cop. The sidekick, let's see if anybody else has done a sidekick role. He's been a sidekick. Criminal mastermind, we're going to pick this dude. And then we're going to hit continue. 17 days in pre-production, 83 days total, $81,000, $285,000 total cost. We're going to stamp accept. Cool. And start production. And now we can see it on the bottom here. It's moving right along. Code Blue is done in pre-production. We spent $81,000. Hey! It went up. It went up in both places. Excellent. Let's continue. Everybody got some XP. We'll start production now. Cool. We don't have any service levels to offer. We can't change anything yet. This is just like the base. So we'll hit start production. All right, Code Blue is ready. The next step, post-production. Let's see how we did. We spent $281,000 and the score went down and the score stayed the same. Okay, that's not bad. Perfect. Now we're going to start post-production. We've been down this road before. We need an editor. This is who we picked the last time. We'll pick her again. We'll pick this guy again, and then we'll do medium film on all of these. This is the best we can do. We'll say start post-production. I think we're going to take a hit just because we can't do any better on the sound. So now we can build the marketing outreach building, and I cannot stress this enough. If you play this game, this is the most important part. Marketing and outreach, start construction. Doesn't matter where you put it. All right, it's building. 43 days, and then so we've got 2 more marketing contracts, and that'll be built in time, and then we won't have any marketing problems. But if you do not build that building, you won't be able to market your films. So research the marketing, get the marketing outreach built. All right, we're ready. Post-production is complete on Code Blue. Cost us $25,000. I think we're going to take a hit on the score. Oh, stays the same. Goes down there. Only by a point, though. What do we want the poster to be? How about this one with the... Oh, hold on. Code Blue. Shh. So now we can choose where we want the film to release. And we can see there's no other films releasing in this time frame. I think we say, here's fine. And then we're going to put it in all of our theaters because that doesn't cost us anything. We did 7,500 the last time total. So if we add 3,000 or 4,000 screens, that puts us about the same. I'm just going to do the same because I don't know. And I've been doing this thing where like we know that the audience is going to dwindle. So maybe we'll go like 9,000 screens, 7,000 screens, 6,000 screens, 5,000 screens, like so that our cost continues to lower. Then we'll print the film copies here. I'm not in a rush, so I'll pick the cheaper one, and that's going to push the date automatically. Did you see that? I'm fine. We'll hit apply. And then we need to put the advertisement, and we want it to be a couple of weeks before, and then all the way through here. Code Blues for the whole family? For a guy's movie that boys and men will enjoy. I think boys and men will enjoy this movie. All right, we're ready to release our first picture. Code Blue. Dracs Fantastic in Code Blue. Ha 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 ha. Oh my gosh. Keep the code. Here we go. C+. Hey, that's not bad. This is a movie that could be really great, but sadly things turned out differently. Ha ha ha. Love it. I love it. Oh boy. Oh boy, Drax. The other film only cost $400,000. This one cost $732, and I did it on the cheap. All right, it's out there making money. Let's see what happens. Oh, it did big. Oh, it did big on that opening weekend. Look at that. It covered our costs. We did it. So that's the basic gameplay loop. The game is called Hollywood Animal. It's available on Steam now. Go add it to your wish list. If this looks like something you might be interested in, I'm telling you, if you like films, if you like management games, if you like simulations, I really had a blast. As always, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon. The video's over. Now it's time for you to do your part. Follow, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.